Hey guys, today we are going to test the weak defense skill or the defense down skill. We normally got this skill from the 3-star skills. There are so far 4 different weapons that has this skill. There is sword, mace, spear, and bow 3 stars skill that have that effect. We're going to test to see how the status affects our damage. Now with these skills have the same effect that reduces defense by 35%. We are going to use the mace skill for the purpose of this test today, since I have that one max limit break. But before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe for more SAO Integral Factor content. We will conduct a test against the floor 14 mobs. First, let's see the normal damage on the turtle. 351 damage is actually just 1 damage. For the 350 damage is the bonus damage I got from the weapon proficiency. Let's apply the defense debuff, and as you can see, the damage increased to around 700, which meant that it increased by 340. That's almost double the damage. And it goes back 360 when the buff is gone. Next, let's try with the skill damage. Let's try to do several hits with this pastel lace Lisbeth and see the average damage the skill does against the turtle. It looks like the average is around 9550, I would say. Let's apply the defense debuff and see how it affects the damage. This mace skill gives 15 seconds defense debuff instead of 10 on the other weapons. 9559 damage. Now if you see the 9934 damage, it's because it was area skill that hit the insect monster there. Koharu kills my test subjects before I can do the damage, so I have to find another test subject now. One more time with the defense debuff. 9877, which is a bit of an increase from before. I think it increased the damage by a few hundreds. Let's try it on a different monster now. As you noticed before, I can do more damage on other monsters. On this insect monster, I can do around 750 damage average. I would say which is higher than the turtle. I think the turtle monster has higher defense, therefore I can do less damage on that. So let's apply the defense debuff and see the damage. Looks like it is around 950 average, which means it increases by 200, which is a bit lower compared to the turtle monster, which was at 340. And the skill does 9745. Let's give it a few swing before to see the damage variations. 9743 and 10,004. So the spread is a bit wide there. Let's apply the debuff, and now it does 10,119. Without the debuff before, you can see the damage goes up to 10,000 on several occasions. 10,021 with the debuff. However, sometimes it seems like the increase is more visible on this monster somehow compared to the turtle. 9,858 without the debuff. So it seems like it's still doing it pretty consistently. So 9,899, which is constantly below 10,000 damage. So let's apply the debuff again, and it's 10,105, so it goes above 10,000. So his skill damage seems to also increase by 200 points, just like the normal damage. Unlike the attack increase that will give bigger, that will get bigger as the skill multiplier gets bigger, the defense debuff seems to just make the damage go up by a fixed value, whether your skill has a high or low damage multiplier. I'm just gonna show a few more hits there for showing the damage variations. And let's try it on a different monster again. Let's try with the fish monster here. On my normal damage is doing around 1100, which means this monster has lower defense compared to the insects or the turtle monsters. And with the defense debuff, it's looks like the average in this monster is around 1190, I say. Now, this is a lot smaller compared to the other two. I think this is because this monster has very low defense, that the 35% defense debuff only result in a very low damage defense reductions. My skill damage is doing 10,068 damage. Let's find a solitary fish and try the skill damage a few more times to get the average. 10,474 damage. Let's say it's around 10,200. And let's try it with the defense debuff now. 10,313. So not much increase, just like the normal attack. Let's try some more hits again. It's this time without the debuff is 10,131. And let's apply the defense debuff. And with the defense debuff, it's 9,998, so it's less than 1,000. It should be the damage variations, just happen to be on the lowest. We can see from here that on this monster, the increase is small, that we won't be able to see how much the damage got increased due to the damage variations. So I think it does not really make much difference if the defense debuff is used against monster with low defense like this fish. The normal attack will get benefit the most, I think, since the more you hit, the more hit you can do, the more increases on the damage per second you get. Now I don't really see the defense debuff can be useful for farming because of all of them are just a single target skill. Let's see it under boss monster. Let's try it against the floor 14 boss, which is the toughest boss that we have at the moment. It should increase our damage quite considerably, since the boss defense should be really high when the buff is still at maximum level. So let's try the normal damage. It's 97 damage. That doesn't make sense. The lowest we can get should be 351, since I have 350 additional damage from the weapon proficiency skill. My damage now is averaging at 100, which means the barrier there is decreasing the total damage, not increasing the boss's defense. So I don't think that this test is gonna work, but let's try to see the damage with the debuff anyway. Who knows, they will be different than what we expected. 108 damage, looks like it does not increase the damage by that much. I think I'm averaging at 110 damage with the defense debuff, we increase only 10 points. So board missions, let's pick a different boss. What about this floor 13 boss instead? Now this boss is weak to blunt, so we can see the effect of the weapon weakness with the defense debuff as well with this test. So let's start with the normal damage. So I think it looks like it's averaging around 1700. Nautilus sometimes also apply a defense debuff on the enemy, as you can see. My damage increases slightly with his debuff on. Let's apply the 35% damage debuff and see if it is the same. Looks like it's not. My damage now is averaging at, I'll say, 1850 damage, which means it increases by 150 damage. Well, from the previous test, looks like the boss defense is not as high as the turtle from the floor 14, since on there we can get 340 damage increase. As a single target skill, boss should be where we can utilize this skill most. But if boss defense is not that high either, the defense debuff won't be that useful by itself then. I guess it may increase the party damage per second, since all 6 people will get the benefit of it, even though it is very small increase in damage. For a higher level player, 100 damage increase is very small, that probably is not worth using over stronger skill with no effect. Now there are skills that will get benefit when the enemy has defense debuff, like Vivid Strike, Vivid Kirito. When used in conjunctions with that kind of skill, moreover, if everyone in the party has that kind of skill, then it will be worth it to have one person with the defense debuff. So if you guys see any other use of the defense debuff skill, let me know in the comment below, and I would appreciate the knowledge sharing. So I think that's it for the video. So thanks for watching. Bye guys.